He was one of the most famous werewolves in history. And Lance picked that up, and that was the whole underlying theme of the haunted house. He played Vincent, and Mike's wife played Cassandra.
Wow.
And now Mike owns it. He's owned it since about a year after Lance died. He bought it from Lance's parents.
How big was this pack?
I'd say probably 15 guys altogether. Nah, there was probably 15 guys and 4 girls. And me.
Was it a spiritual thing, or what was it?
What?
Was it a spiritual thing or something?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, how do you describe werewolf? Like, what's your definition?
He believed, without a doubt, that he was a werewolf. Now, never saw any physical manifestations of that. So, I can't say, dude definitely was a werewolf. I know that the cones and rods in his eyes were not normal. I know that he carried a fork with him at all times. He would never touch silver. Never touch silver.
But overall,
I know that between the ages of 4 and 10, his mother tried to kill him 4 times because she thought he was a demon from Satan. Right after he was born, she had a huge religious awakening and decided that she needed to cleanse the earth of him. That was seriously not happy to deal with when he was a kid. I don't know which bloodline, whether it was his mother or his dad. I know that his mother and dad both came from the same village. They immigrated here at separate times. They found each other. His dad had been here like 7 years before he met his mother. And when they found out they were from the same village, they got married. How do you live down the street from a girl, move to the United States, live here for 7 years, and then find her?
yeah, right. Okay. Sorry. I mean, did he have any kids?
No.
It's a shame.
He had one relationship with one girl before me that he met at Six Flags. They were together for like 2.5 years. I don't know if he ever had another relationship after he and I broke up.
Why'd you break up?
Because my husband came back from California. I started dating Lance while my husband was in California. He left and went to California and was there for almost 4 years. And Lance and I dated for about 18 months. And we were really happy. I was perfectly happy being mistress of the manor. But after Kurt came back, he went and sat down and had a conversation with Lance and said, sooner or later she's going to want to white picket fence and get married. And about a month later, Lance quietly said, I think you should go back to Kurt.
Don't talk about things you don't know what you're talking about.
That decision was made for me. I know that he had to go to a council meeting in Florida, outside of Kissimmee, Florida. He ended up going by himself. And when he came back, he told me that there was problems with him seeing me. And I said, fuck them. They don't like it. They can come and tell me.
Who had problems?
Whoever the council is.
Who do you think the council was?
I don't know, and I didn't ask because I knew it was none of my business.
Were you involved in anything?
Like what?
Any random drama you think it might have been?
No, I was not. I kept my mouth shut, I kept my head down, and I did what was best for the pack.
Yeah. Should I really be punished like this for having them find out about me?
Sweetheart, I'm telling you this like I was your mother. Look at me. I firmly believe that you're bringing this upon yourself. You need to, at some point, determine what the dividing line is between who you are and what you can tell the rest of the world that you are. And you have to make peace with that. And that has to be the way you live your life. You cannot continue to tell people who don't love you, don't care about you, and don't care what happens to you, how you feel in your heart.
I know.
You have to be stronger than they are. And I mean personally, spiritually, in what you believe, you have to be stronger than they are. Otherwise, this crap right here will drive you crazy. You will be, my husband says it's called compartmentalization. If this is what you love it, and don't expose it to other people who don't love it as much as you. It's painful. It's lonely. It's not good. But you're different from other people. And the fact of the matter is, and this is the hardest part, there's 100 million of them and there's only one of you. You cannot fight the masses. As much as you would love to live in a utopian world where you get to be who you want to be, the only way that you're going to get to do that is if you move to Anchorage, Alaska. Then you can go off into the woods. You can hunt. You can be you. You never have to be around people. And that is the honest to God life that a lot of people like you have to live. If you cannot be accepted where you are, and you cannot understand what it means to be a part of something other than what you feel in your heart, if you cannot pretend and smile, then you need to be out in the wilderness by yourself. That was the thing with Lance. Lance bought his 44 acres and he set it up so that he could be the person that he wanted to be when he needed to be it. When he needed to be free, he was free. And when he needed to be the showman, he was out harking Vincent and Cassandra. And people paid him tons of money for it. He made money off of the thing that he loved by being the thing that he loved. Hiding in plain sight. He could do what he wanted, when he wanted, with the people that he wanted to, because everyone believed that it was just a show.
It's not a show, it's my life.
I know.
I've been hiding this shit for 20 fucking years. You know, I've been through every fucking culture. I've been through otherkin. I've been through Therian. I've been through pagan and druid and shamanism, and it's not me. I mean, at least I tried. When I found Wolfie and I found Verdun, it felt right. You know, maybe it wasn't me. Maybe it wasn't for me, I mean, you know, but I didn't get a chance. I was still in school. But, you know, it inspired me to sneak out of the fucking house and go be a part of a wolf pack. You know, be part of the role play group and get in trouble, and that's where I'm ended up now. Like 20 years later, I'm sticking up for myself. But you know, it sucks that, you know, I've got to face my alpha where he gets to roleplay at a game that he's been roleplaying at for 2 years, and not letting me roleplay at.
Time you found a new alpha?
Ooh.
I don't know. When you're looking for love, you never find love. When you're not looking for love and you walk down the street and you turn the corner, you run face to face into the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life. If you don't go outside the house and give yourself an opportunity to meet the right person, you're never going to meet the right person. But you have to be comfortable in your own skin. You have to be confident in who you are and what you want. You have to be a addition to their life. You understand? You have to get up tomorrow morning and be a better person than you were yesterday, every single day, until you're worthy of the person that you're supposed to be with. I met my husband at a science fiction convention. I was 27 and he was 17 years old. I was married and had 2 children. I was dressed as fucking Lieutenant Saavik from Star Trek when he met me in the hallway. We've been together 35 years. I don't know what to tell you. You do what you want, and you just have to hide in plain sight. I can't put it to you any other way. The happiest people I have known hide in plain sight.
I want a pack to live with. I'm sick of being alone.
Well, do you think they're going to come and knock on your door and say, "Hey, Nix, come out and play"?
Yeah.
No. What do you do when you feel this way?
I reach out to people and I try to go to
You used to go sit in the desert, did you not?
No.
I've seen pictures.
I didn't sit in a desert.
You were sitting on a rock outside of Austin with a wolf skin on your head.
Oh, well, that's
hill country. Okay, my husband says it's not a desert; it's the hill country.
Yeah, Austin. Yeah, I've had a few wolves in my life.
And where did you meet Wolfie?
San Antonio.
Where in San Antonio?
Like, I think like our first encounter was I went to her house and everybody grabbed like, you know, bats and shit, and we barricaded the house because apparently we had this group called the Wolfpack Killers attacking us. And we turned off all the lights, and it was such an intense moment to have with a wolf pack that would do that, you know, to protect their own. That, like, I stood outside and I cried because I really wanted to be a part of that. And then like MTV came and they did a TV show about Teen Wolf and a documentary about us and all sorts of other stuff too. So yeah, we exposed ourselves.
Yeah. Does it ever do you any good when you expose yourself? For a minute, and then the ramifications start happening?
Well, I mean, why can I ever be like proud that I'm a wolf?
Because society is not going to let you. You don't live in the dark forest of Germany.
They let every other fucking thing be okay. Like, you can believe that you're I don't know, an alien nowadays, and that's okay.
You're not in the right place at the right time. What you're doing is making you incredibly unhappy. You need to figure out what's going to make you happy, and you need to figure out how to go do it.
I didn't even. Shit.
And it's not the same thing for everybody, dude.
I didn't say it. I didn't even mention it. Like those other people did. I wish my hyena was real. He licked me all over. I've never ranked up from Cub Scout. I really wish that, you could help me out on this to prove to them that people like me should be allowed to game. Every other fucking religion and belief system is. Werewolves never did shit to fucking humans, that's for damn sure, because we don't fucking exist. I wish we did. Fucking I wish we did. I should have to like fucking smoke and get high to like experience, meditation. And I don't, I listen to some music. Sometimes, I'll jack off or some shit, to this stuff and some furry porn or whatever. And it's just another fucking day. I've been doing that for like 20 years. I've never harmed anybody.
Dude, you're 20. What are you going to be doing when you're 25? What are you going to be doing when you're 30? What are you going to be doing when you're 35? What are you going to be doing when you're 40? What are you going to be doing when you're 50?
I am 33.
Are you still going to be sitting here whining about the same shit when you're 45?
I'm 33 and whining about it.
33. You need to do something positive.
I do, but why can't I just be a wolf?
Sitting in your room playing games with a bunch of people who are pretenders is not doing something about it.
I'm not sitting in my room with playing games with these people. I'm trying to appeal so I can go out to the park and role play with physical people and make physical friends.
Well, you're appealing to the wrong group, though.
No.
I mean, this is only one pathway that you're looking at.
It means a lot. It's like a domino effect. Because then the next two groups will ban me because the next two groups will ban me. That's how it's been.
The next two groups won't ban you if you keep your mouth shut. Do what I'm telling you to do.
Well, I don't know where to be a
werewolf. What did I tell you when I first met you? You are too open about this shit. You are too open. I know that you want to be. I know that it would be awesome to be. But you just can't. It's dangerous.
Well, at least I'm not making money off this shit.
Why not? If it's what you love and it's the best thing in the world for you, figure out how to turn it into a positive. Make money off of it. Write a book, dude.
Well, help me. Write a book about my life, about being a fucking stuck up were hyena.
I was to the point where I was ready to get one of my books published when the publishing industry fell apart. So now I'm having to wait until it gets back to the point where I actually can figure out how to get my book published. I have 2 written now. But at the same time, I'm having to make a living. My stained glass business just went to hell in a handbasket. I've had more calls in the past year and a half since my house burned down than I had in the last 3 years when I was actually working. And I just get to give that business away now. I get to say, here, call my dearest competitor. He'll be happy to help you. I have no clue what I'm going to do for a living from this point on because my knee doesn't work. I can't stand up, and my studio burned down. So we just rebuilt my studio. My studio now has a video corner in it. I'm going to be teaching art to little children on YouTube.
Can I help you out?
How?
I do IT work. I can work.
My husband's an IT engineer.
There's an app in the local area. I already made like 30,000.
Do you have a makerspace in your area?
No, not one that I enjoy. They stole my van. I had a vampire van at one point, and they had taken it to work on it without my permission.
What's your fascination with vampires? They seem to be the cause of all your problems.
I don't have a fascination. It's just I guess there are just a lot of common vampire themed groups and people around me at gothic clubs and whatnot, and I keep bumping into them. So, and it's not fair that they can be open about it and they get to have that accepted as part of their religion and beliefs. And
they seem to be a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, that's why I don't hang out with them.
You might know that they only coalesce to each other because they're all assholes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the human centipede. They're all assholes. I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't really hang out with these people. I mean, I wish that we would for like a little bit so we can get to know each other better. But besides that, I'd rather just hang out with someone that wants to hang out and draw werewolves and just build costumes. See, like, this is some pretty cool stuff.
So it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Have you been to any of the haunted houses in your area?
I've been working at one. It's called Reaper's Realm. It's pretty cool.
What do you do there?
I scared the first 2 and 3 rooms.
So what's going to happen the day after Halloween?
It's gonna be November.
They're going to go into production for next year, and they're going to work on the haunted house for the entire year with their crew.
Pretty much.
And you're going to be left out in the cold because you're just jumping out at people in a costume. Find something useful to do that makes them need you.
I'll ask.
Dig ditches, move shit, build walls, paint.
Yeah.
Come up with ideas.
Okay.
Be useful.
Yeah.
I worked for months at Lance's place for no other reason other than it made me happy to work there.
Yeah. If I do makeup and airbrushing and costuming, is there a kit I should buy? Do you know?
I'd go and buy the stuff that I need at either Harbor Freight or Home Depot. I figure out what I need. I lay out all my materials and I just build the stuff.
Gotcha.
You draw it. I'm working on a gown for a woman right now. My garage is not even finished. Most of my shit in my garage was ruined, so I went and bought a bunch of metal cabinets, and everything in my garage matches now. So everything that I have left is going to go in drawers and metal cabinets, and I'll be doing videos of everything that I do from now on. So I started a gown for a woman who wants to go to TRF. I've been working on it probably 2.5 weeks. We have a place here in Dallas called Perth Street, which is nothing but fabric warehouses down off Harry Hines. I went and bought about $600 worth of fabric. My husband's very good. When I come to him and say, "Can I have this yardage?" He usually doubles it. That way I have stock to build things for other people. She's going to TRF, and then 2 days later she's going to a Day of the Dead party. So the costume that I designed for her, she can wear one day as the queen of the forest, and the next day she can wear it to the Day of the Dead. And it will be $350. I spent $600 on cloth that day, but I bought all the colors she likes. She's about 50. She wants to change her lifestyle so that she can look more bohemian, which is right up my alley. I intend to make her an entire wardrobe for money.
That's cool. How long do you think it'll take you?
To do what?
That dress.
It'll be finished in 2 days.
I pulled all-nighters before on projects and then got failed because they thought that I had bought it. It was too perfect.
If I walk into a room full of people all in costume and they don't all turn around to me and go, "Oh, fuck, I need to go home and redo this costume," then I haven't done my job. Are the kids in bed? That light is still on. Yes, it's 10:30. Go to bed.
Try to find me a wolf pack.
How am I supposed to find it? You're the one that's there. Go down to the dog park and sit and wait and look for a girl that you like. Wow. When the hair on the back of your neck stands up, you know she's the one.
But they all be bitches.
Does she not have friends?
No, it's a dog park. I mean, they're bitches.
At least they know how it goes together. Good night, Boo.
Good night, Boo.
Okay.
Is he a wolf? He better howl.
No, he's not. He's a skinny little nerd.
Can we make him a wolf?
You don't make people wolves if they don't want to be wolves.
But can you?
No.
How do you though?
How do I know what?
How do I make someone a wolf who wants to become a wolf?
Don't know. That's not my forte.
Was there a
I'm
way?
just sensitive.
I mean, did Lance make people wolves?
No.
Oh.
You're born that way.
I thought it was Maybelline. Maybe. What do you mean born that way? Just like
DNA, baby. It's just like anything else. It's the reason your eyes are blue and your hair is blonde.
Yeah. You think wolves are bad?
Depends. Do you wake up in the morning and do bad shit?
Try not to.
Then you're not bad. It's personal responsibility. You are who you want to be.
What's wolf mean to you?
Doesn't mean anything, really.
Oh.
I mean, I have no control over what it is or what it isn't.
You're not wolf, are you?
Nope, I'm just sensitive. At some point back in my history somewhere, my mother's people were gypsies from Europe. And I never realized she had bookcases full of the most interesting books a kid could ever read. I read about all kinds of stuff. And they never talked about their history. I never knew where they came. I knew they were from Denmark. I don't know how far back from Denmark. When they came to the United States, they were carnies. They moved from place to place. She read fortunes. She told, and my mother was dead on. I don't lie. I don't lie at all ever to anyone because my mother knew as soon as a lie crossed my tongue, and I would be punished. Sent me to the store one day, and I started to trip off to the store, and she goes, "Put shoes on." And I said, "I'm wearing shoes." I had her flip-flops, and she goes, "Put shoes on." I was like, "Okay, I'll put shoes on." I left the house. I was not a quarter of the way to the store. I stepped off the side of the road and broke my foot. I had to walk a quarter of a mile home on a broken foot. I drag into the house with my foot broken, and my mother says, "Aha, told you to wear your shoes, didn't I?" That was life with my mother.
Yeah. I said like
I
that.
don't know. I don't know if she was psychic. I don't know if she was Wiccan. I don't know. I can walk into a room and tell you the difference between a witch that practices and a witch that was born a witch. A lot of my friends are pagan. A lot of my friends are Wiccan because they just know that I know when they walk into the room.
How about a sandwich?
What about a sandwich?
Can you tell the difference?
I don't understand.
It's just a joke. Bad joke.
You realize I'm a sandblaster, right? I sandblast for a living.
Okay.
Have you ever looked at my website?
Yeah, a little bit.
All the black and white artwork that's on my website
Yeah.
is sandblasted glass.
Oh wow. I'll look at it again.
And the reason it's black is because it's up against black velvet. That's just regular storefront glass that I sandblasted. So I have been called a sandwich in the past.
That's cool. Now, do you go to like store to store and try to advertise?
No, people came to me. I didn't start doing glass until my friend Dusty came to me one day and said, "I'm going to send you on a job interview." I was probably in my 40s. And I said, "I'm not looking for a job." She goes, "Well, you're going on this job interview." So she said, "Take your portfolio." She made the appointment. I went, talked to a guy named John Morrison. I had seen John Morrison at conventions. I knew that he carved glass. Showed him my portfolio. He was looking for someone to do glass tech work. I knew absolutely nothing about glass. I sold apartments for a living, and he hired me on the spot. And 3 months later, I got fired because I told him when I sat down, I said, "What do you mean extraordinary?" I said, "If I've been doing this 3 months and I'm still doing it, I'm going to be way better than you." And I said, you have to be able to deal with that. You can't let your ego get in the way. I'm going to be way better than you if I'm good at this. And he laughed. The other woman that worked in his studio is named Polly Giselle. Polly has been doing glass for 25 years. She had been in California doing Wolfgang Puck's restaurant. She walked in. She'd come back for a wedding. She walked in and she saw a piece of my glass sitting on the table.
Yeah.
I was in the back room doing a little awards for AT&T. She walked in and she saw my glass sitting on the table. It was a dragon off of a Kobayashi crypt from Japan. Beautiful royal dragon. She looked at it and she said, "Oh my God, John, that's the most beautiful piece of glass you've ever done." As soon as she walked out of the room, I got fired. I told him I was going to be good.
Yeah.
She hired me. The first restaurant that I worked on after he fired me was a Wolfgang Puck restaurant somewhere in the Middle East. And she and I have had an excellent working experience for the past 27 years. So the first piece of glass that I sold was at a gallery here in Dallas. I had been to 2 art shows. I went to WorldCon in San Antonio. I took 22 pieces of glass. I went to Wyland Galleries. I was walking around going, "Oh my gosh, this piece would be beautiful